Hey guys, in this video I want to discuss my bounce box I carried on CDT last year. So I'd like to open it up, show you everything I carried in this bounce box and a little bit of reasoning behind why I did what I did, and hopefully help you decide whether or not carrying a bounce box is right for you on your next through hike of the CDT or any other long trail. So let's open this thing up and see what's inside. Alright, now before I open this thing up, I just want to touch on a few things about the outside of the box, because you're probably noticing a few things. One, neon tape. This really helps your box stand out a little bit at the post office. You can just say, hey, it's the one with the neon green tape, last name Poulin. Really helps them find your box quickly when it's being held at the post office. That kind of thing helps them not to lose it as well. The ETA date, you can either write it, if you write it right on the box, you're going to have to somehow write over it again every time you send this box out. So what I did was I carried 3x5 index cards and a pen and just wrote the date on half a card, cut it in half, taped it here, and that's why my ETA dates are like they are here. So let's open this thing up and see what we got. So first thing here is my tablet. This is a 2-in-1 laptop tablet. It's got a little keyboard attached to it. This has been great for updating my blog, getting information I needed in town instead of being on your phone, and also I could interact with my GPS unit that I was using on the trail, update maps, save tracks that I'd recorded and things like that. And the main reason why I'm carrying this bounce box in the first place is so that I could carry this guy right here. This is a My Passport Wireless Pro 4 terabyte external hard drive. This thing creates its own Wi-Fi hotspot. You can use it on your phone. But really what I do with it is just take my SD cards from filming my hike, the videos, images, things like that, put it in here, and as soon as this sees a card, it just dumps all the data onto this. So you can basically back up all of your media that you've accumulated on the trail and not have to have a computer. You don't need to have the laptop that I have, but it really does help, along the way. If you're going to use the box, it's really nice to just have the laptop with it. So this is really great. You can find a link to this in my CDT gear list link that's in my video description. So along with these devices, obviously you got to charge them. These are the charging cables. A little wall charger here, and just a double port charger that you can use to charge any of your other devices. Also, when you're in a hotel, a lot of the times the outlets aren't where you'd like them to be. They're behind a bed or something like that. So this is basically an extension cord. It's just I think 5 or 6 feet. Gives you a little extra wiggle room when you're trying to plug all that stuff in. And also having a surge protector is really handy, just so you can plug in all the things you need to plug in at that one outlet. Alright, now a lot of the rest of this stuff really is just like what ifs, just in case. I had all this extra space in the box because, I'm carrying the electronics that I'm carrying. So, why wouldn't I carry this stuff? I wouldn't go out of my way to carry, all this extra, rope and string and stuff like that. But hey, I've got the space, so I might as well. That's the way I look at it. So anyways, obviously here's one. And some string, deodorant for town. It's actually women's deodorant here, but they didn't sell antiperspirant and deodorant in one thing for men, so went the women's route. Found these in a hiker box. This is one of the only things I've actually taken. These little tablets, you add water to them and they become like little towels. It's good to have on trail. In addition to these guys, I've also got these light load towels, which are basically bigger versions of the same thing. I was carrying these before I found those, and I just grabbed them because I thought they were kind of cool. Bare back and body relief. Some gum, extra hand sanitizer. These here are turkey bags. This is for the cold, wet, snowy conditions. Help keep your feet a little bit warmer and drier, maybe dry. Extra first aid, band-aids, latex gloves, skin moisturizer, Gold Bond, seam grip. If you're patching some maybe sil nylon tent, something like that, that's what you'd use. Contact solution. I use this to top off my other bottle. I carry one of these in my personal hygiene kit that I take hiking. I also carry an extra one in here. But basically this is what I carry on trail. This is a Visine or a redness reliever bottle, and I dump all that stuff out and I fill it with this. So this is about the smallest, lightest way to carry your contact solution on the trail. Oh, here's a good one. Bag of quarters. You find yourself in a hotel or campground and you want to do laundry, usually you gotta have quarters. So now you got quarters. Here's a whole big bag full of random stuff. This is kind of my repair kit. Sil nylon patches, tenacious tape, duct tape, super glue, Velcro strips. These are more or less for putting the Velcro strip on the back of your shoe to use with dirty girl gaiters, although my new Brooks shoes have that built in, so that's kind of redundant. Carabiner, little odds and ends things. Body Glide. Stopped using this in the beginning. I was kind of worried about getting chafing in between the thighs, but yeah, I lost a little bit of weight in the first couple of weeks, and that wasn't really a problem anymore, so that went in the bounce box. Contact lens case, extra one, extra razor. Extra batteries for the Sony Nex7 camera I was carrying, my GoPro, and the gimbal. Batteries. I mark them as good, not to get them confused with the bad ones. I also mark the bad ones. I'll put something in here that just says bad so I don't accidentally put old ones back in my GPS when I'm heading out of town. More extra contact lenses. Tape. Yeah, every time you go and send this box out, you go to the post office and you got to buy tape. So I figured I'd bring a thing of tape with me. I tape the box up. Well, I take pieces of tape off, set them aside, put it back in the box, tape the box up, send it out with the tape in the box. So that's pretty much a must-have. Along with that is scissors. That's just good to have. Sometimes you need to cut stuff. These are all the index cards I was carrying. Yeah, didn't really need that many, but hey, I guess I just threw them in there. Here we go. Some patch kit. Type A. Ooh, Type A. That's way better than Type B. I think this is for, yeah, for the Thermarest air mattress, inflatable air mattress. That's good to have. Thank you, Sawtell Mountain Resort, for the notepad. First aid, gauze, iodine wipe, wound seal, hairspray for all that hair I accumulated in between haircuts. Got a spork here, just in case you need a spork. Extra shoelace, just in case your shoelace decides to give out on you. Nail clippers, pretty handy thing to have, so you don't have to carry one of these on trail. Another bag full odds and ends. Hey, look, another Type A patch. More guy line, more duct tape, compass, more super glue. Like I said, a lot of junk, a lot of stuff that is, you know, you're not going to send this stuff from town to town for no reason. But because I'm filming the hike, I just thought might as well throw this extra stuff in there. It doesn't hurt to have it, right? Another big first aid kit. Tiger balm. Oh, I think I got this from the trail days in Silver City. Guess I never used that. KT tape, I was carrying some of that in my kit. Actually, I carried it all trail. I think I gave some to Forrest and he used it back in New Mexico, but I never actually used it myself. Extra earbud pieces for my headphones. Here's the toolkit. I remember being in Lincoln and we needed some mini screwdrivers to do a repair on, I believe it was my gimbal. And I had to buy this little screwdriver kit. Bunch of extra wet ones. More AA lithium batteries. These were for my GPS unit. Toothpaste. More KT tape. Compactor bag to line your backpack with. If it wears out, you got an extra one. This is a really good one to have. Extra Ziploc bags, quart size, sandwich size. Every time you get into town, maybe you want to get some mixed nuts and put them in a bag or something like that, and you don't want to buy an entire box of Ziploc bags. It's just nice to have extras. I carry extras in my backpack too, a couple extra ones. Earplugs. These are pretty much essential on trail. I mean, anytime you're sleeping around other people in a hostel, maybe you're sleeping close to a road, you're going to want to have earplugs. It's a pretty lightweight thing to just have and really good to have. Extra ibuprofen, and I think these are sleep aid pills, which I pretty much never used. Honestly, I think I only took 1 or 2 ibuprofens on trail myself, so didn't really use those either. That's why I have so many extras. I think these were Imodium AD or something. Again, I never used any of the pills that I brought. Anti-diarrhea. And these are antihistamines. Again, never used these. More Velcro, Barabel that I never used. Oh, here we go. Here's some scores from the hotel. Some extra soap. It's a good idea to take a couple of these. You never know, you're at a campground or something and you need soap. They're handy to have. More Gold Bond lotion. A couple of pens. Gotta have something to write with. Town, and actually that's how you do the, your labels. I actually carried a bunch of these extra labels too. I used them all, so I don't have any extras in here. But I would fill out the label and everything, and then didn't have to worry about doing it at the post office. And these guys are pretty important to me and my food carrying strategy. These are OP sacks. These are the odor-proof bags. This is what I carry my food in. More toothpaste. Instructions for KT tape. Extra lens protector for my GoPro. Extra tent stake. Chapstick. Lotion. And basically just some more quarters and earbuds and a carabiner and a couple of loose pills. Now at home I had a box full of extra stuff that I could have my dad send on his next shipment of whatever, maybe sending me a new jacket or something. He would include some things to, top off my bounce box, like batteries. One other thing I had in my bounce box that I didn't mention was Tide Pods. A lot of times you're at a campground, you want to do laundry, and you got to find laundry detergent, things like that. Most hikers aren't carrying that stuff around, right? So a couple of Tide Pods in the old bounce box always worked pretty well for me. Anyways, maybe once a state or so I'd run low on, sunscreen, or maybe I need some more Tide Pods. Batteries and OP sacks, I think, were the two things that I was just constantly going through. The rest of this stuff was really not that bad. But, I had extra super glue and light load towels and all the other toiletries and things that were in the bounce box. I had even more of them just sitting at home in this box waiting to be shipped out as needed. So that's it. That's the contents of the box. Basically a lot of junk, right? So you might be asking yourself, who needs a bounce box? Clearly, somebody in my situation could benefit from it. Somebody who's filming the hike and doesn't want to carry a whole bunch of SD cards or buy you know, 20, 30, 40 SD card, 50, 60 SD cards, you know, it's not really a viable option. So it's expensive doing this. It's $18.90 every time I sent this box. $18.90. I sent it 12 different cities. So it's not cheap, but that was the best I could come up with to make sure I was able to back up and store my media at every couple of towns, every second or third town. Beyond that, really, I can't think of very many instances where you'd want to send a bounce box over and over and over. A couple of times on trail, sure, you know, maybe you stock up on food, you know, in Du Bois or something, and you want to send it up to Lima, for instance. There's just a gas station there for resupply, so that'd be a great spot to send some food. Maybe you send it in the bounce box and send it ahead. Things like that. But just to bring all this stuff, I really don't recommend it. Well, that's it. I hope you found the video useful and give you a little bit of insight on what's in a bounce box, why you'd carry one, and maybe it's right for you or maybe it isn't. So thanks for watching. See you next time.